Thanks for still being here with us on the C Morning Show. Prolonged droughts in Sukabumi, West Java have been taking heavy toll with water level depleting in a number of areas, including Situ Gunung Lake.
This has affected agricultural production and local tourism. Seen here is Situ Gunung Lake that is nested in Gede Pangrango National Park. The water level has been significantly depleting by 1 meter due to the prolonged droughts.
Locals in 3 nearby villages now suffer from crop failure. Meanwhile, the water deficit in Situ Gunung Lake has also affected the number of tourists seeking rafting experience and selfie spots.
According to the Disaster Prevention Agency, at least 25 sub-districts across Sukabumi have been suffering from clean water crisis.
So joining us today to offer his insights on how prolonged drought and El Niño are affecting us is Climate Variability Analysis Coordinator at BMKG, Dr. Supari. Good morning, Pak Supari. Thank you for being here with us.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yes. So El Niño, this is something that regularly we experience, right? So can you please explain before we go into the drought discussion, what is El Niño and what is the impact on our environment?
Yeah, El Niño actually is the natural phenomenon. It is regular occurred, but there is no a similar periodicity. So somehow it's come in 2 years after the last one, and then somehow it's 7 years. So scientists say that the periodicity of El Niño is around 2 up to 7 years.
Up to 7 years.
El Niño brings the dry condition of Indonesia. El Niño is a global phenomenon, which is actually not only of Indonesia. We can look at the effect of El Niño. For example, of our United States, we will have a wet condition, but in Indonesia, it is related with the dry condition.
How worried should we be with this current condition?
It depends on the intensity of El Niño itself, actually. So we defined El Niño into 3 categories, which is weak, moderate, and the strong. The strong El Niño, for example, occurred in 2015.
Yes, I remember.
We know that we have very huge impact of the El Niño at that time. For example, forest fire.
Massive.
And then a longer dry condition compared to this year. So if we experience the strong El Niño, we will have a very severe impact. But if we have only a weak El Niño, then the impact is not really.
And this time is which one?
This time we have a moderate El Niño, so it's lower level than 2015, but it's quite severe because if you look at the news from the media, the dry condition everywhere in Indonesia.
Yes.
Can you explain a bit more about the El Niño itself? I'm very curious about it. What is El Niño? Is it like dry wind? Is it like, and what causes it if it's dry wind?
Yeah, somehow people is maybe a misconception with this El Niño. Somehow someone say that El Niño is a storm of El Niño. You know? But El Niño is not a storm. El Niño is the phenomena characterized by the anomaly of sea surface temperature of our Pacific Ocean. So actually, the event itself occurs in the Pacific Ocean.
Okay.
But because the ocean and atmosphere is a system which is connected, then the anomaly of our ocean will bring the anomaly of our atmosphere, and we will experience dry condition because of that.
Right. So what are the worst drought-hit areas in Indonesia at the moment? Because we have our data, and please correct us if we're wrong, that's currently, because of the current level of El Niño, 63% of areas in Indonesia are experiencing drought. What's your data?
Yeah, based on our monitoring for the rainfall, is using more than 4,000 locations of rainfall monitoring of Indonesia. There are many regions experience no rainfall anymore, more than two months. More than 2 months. And the longest dry spell for now is of East Nusa Tenggara, which is more than 136 days without rainfall, meaning that we don't have any rainfall for 4 months.
Yes.
So the region that experience dry conditions very severe for now is starting from the southern part of Sumatra, and then Java, Bali, West Nusa Tenggara, East Nusa Tenggara, and southern part of Kalimantan, and then southern part of Sulawesi, southeast part of Sulawesi, and also the southern part of Papua.
Right.
Supari, as we can see in Sukabumi, right, in the previous package, drought is not only affecting the water supply, but also food quality. And BMKG has forecasted that El Nino will even peak this month. What anticipatory or responsive measures are underway?
Yeah, actually, BMKG is not an institution to handle drought directly in the field, but our mandate based on the Indonesian law is to inform any signal of extreme climate phenomena, and we have done this by informing the prediction of El Nino to the government. Our colleagues from the Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of the Public Work has designed a strategic plan to combat this drought by, let's say, for agriculture, the Ministry of Agriculture say that they already encourage the farmer to see the way how to plant the crop. It means that farmer can select another variety of rice, for example, to anticipate the drought, and also can also little bit earlier planting season to make sure that the drought is not really disturb the crop development.
Yes. So currently, because when we talk about lack of water, water is life, right, Pak?
Yep.
And the fact that now a lot of areas, as we can see in this map, a lot of areas in Indonesia are experiencing drought. A lot of people are worried, especially for those who are living in the region. So what is BMKG currently discussing with other collaborators or institutions to find solutions for this problem that these areas are going to experience at least until the end of this month?
Yep. September actually is the peak of dry season for southern part of Indonesia. So this is maybe will be the driest month in this year. And of course, for now, what we can do is utilizing what we have. For example, the water capacity in the dam or something like that, because now we don't have any rain anymore. In May or in June, we can say that maybe we can saving the rainfall to the dam, but now we just use what we have in the dam because we don't have any rainfall.
Now, is BMKG exploring any long-term solutions to the situation right now? Because even though it's going to peak this month, but El Nino is going to come again in a few years, and with the climate change, it can be worse off, right?
Yeah, this is correct. But as we know, climate is not something that we can control.
Yes.
What we can do is predict the extreme when will occur, when will come, and we have knowledge, we have technology to do that. For example, this year of drought, we have sent our official letter to government, to Mr. President in February, saying that there will be a potential of El Nino giving more drier condition of Indonesia.
So you've been predicting it since February?
Yeah, so 5 months before the events. Actually, we are already, and also we informed to the other ministries to start anticipate this condition by designing a strategic plan.
Yes. So since you said about predicting, what is BMKG's forecast for the next 3 months?
Yeah, we still, based on our prediction, the rainfall is still low in the October. For especially
throughout October until the end of October.
At least the first part and the second part means maybe up to the mid of October. We will still have low rainfall, especially for the southern part of Indonesia, Java, Bali, West Nusa Tenggara. But in November, most of the region in Indonesia will have wet season, starting to have wet season. So we will expect more rainfall in the November.
Whew, hopefully the prediction is correct,
hopefully.
Supari, because you know, with climate change, sometimes you know the seasons they change,
actually,
they shift.
The wet seasons in this year comes later than the normal. because of El Nino.
Exactly.
And I will add more information that actually El Nino is something occur in the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
This year we have also another phenomena bringing the dry condition of Indonesia from Indian Ocean. So if you look at the path, yes.
Wow.
When you look at the map, Indonesia here, Pacific Ocean is the right one,
Yes.
Indian Ocean is the west
Indonesia is right in the middle.
one. Yes. And
So the impact
El Nino is coming from the west, from the east, but from the west we also have what we call Indian Ocean dipole. Now we have Indian Ocean dipole positive phase. Positive phase means triggering dry condition also. So we hypothesize that this dry condition actually triggered by two phenomena.
Right.
So Pacific Ocean have El Nino and the Indian Ocean have IOD.
So this what has been causing an extreme heat in Jakarta, dry, and also potentially exacerbated the pollution that are happening right now.
Correct.
But in November, we can expect that rainfall will increase.
Yes.
Eventually.
Yes.
So do you have, one last question, Pak. Do you have any tip, especially for the public? Like the one that I can think of right now is to save water. I mean, is that helpful or?
Yeah, for now, save water meaning that just use what's very important in our house.
Yes.
But there should be every day, right? Not only during the dry.
Yes.
Yes.
Does that help though?
Yeah, because actually in terms of the long-term projection, there will be a drying tendency of rainfall over Indonesia due to climate change. So if we talk about the long-term one, not only this year, the rainfall out of Indonesia is decrease and decrease and decrease. So it means that is the step to save water should be our
a habit, a lifestyle.
Okay.
All right. On that
Thank
note,
you,
thank you so much, Pak Supari, for coming and explaining the phenomenon of El Nino. We got a lot of insights from that. And for now, we're moving on to our break. But See Today Business is coming up next with me. So stay tuned only on the C Morning Show, only on See Today.